Oh my god, I have a logistics test tomorrow and I have no idea what any of this is. The growth rate of a population P of bears in a newly established wildlife preserve is modeled by the differential equation dp over dt. What the heck does that even mean? I don't understand any of this. Ugh. Alright, I'm just gonna watch Weekend Update.
Weekend Update with Seth Meyers.
Here are tonight's top stories.
Hello and welcome to the 426 News. I'm your anchor, Chris P. Bacon. Our top story today, NASA sends probe to Uranus. People everywhere giggle. In a recent survey, 9 out of 10 Americans say that 1 out of every 10 Americans will disagree with the other 9. Another top story is an inappropriate time to use sarcasm. We have received the last words of a man stabbed as someone entered his home, and the quote is, "What are you gonna do? Stab me?" Learn from his mistakes. Putin decides to stop being evil and give everyone in Russia free ponies. Scratch that, an intern was just fired. Onto the political front, we have recently taken a poll of students from the ages of 18 to 24 across the nation, and only 11% believe that Donald Trump will serve as a better president than a potato could. They're afraid of a World War III. Going along the political lines, we have a gripping race ahead of us with Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders, and one of Willy Wonka's missing Oompa Loompas. This just in. One second. Oh, it seems that the world outside is being overrun by rabbits because there's no population control. And now on to sports with Molly Kuehl.
Thank you, Chris. As the rabbits worldwide are reproducing at an alarming rate without limitation, they have made their way into sports. Unfortunately, as the balls. Now on to our mathematician, Rational Ryan, to explain why this is improbable.
Well, hello there. I'm Rational Ryan, and I'm going to explain to you why logistics is an important part of today's society. To explain why populations have a limitation, we're going to run through a basic example problem. Now, in this problem, the growth rate of a population P of bunnies in a newly established park is modeled by the differential equation dp dt equals 0.008 p times the quantity 100 minus p, where t is measured in years. Part A. What is the carrying capacity for bunnies in this park? Well, with our differential equation dp over dt equals 0.008 p times the quantity 100 minus p, we can tell that since the limiting factor here added to change it into a logistic growth function is 100 minus p, 100 is our m, or our carrying capacity. So our carrying capacity equals 100 bunnies. Now, what is the bunny population when the population is growing at the fastest? We know that exactly halfway between 0 and the carrying capacity is when the rate of growth is the fastest, so in this case, our population is growing the fastest when it is 50 bunnies. So, for part C, what is the rate of change of the population when it is growing the fastest? This is very simple, as you simply plug 50 when it is growing the fastest into the differential equation that we had looked at before. When you solve it out, you end up with 20 bunnies per year as the rate of change of the population when it's growing at its fastest rate. Now comes the longest and often most difficult part of any logistic growth problem. So part D is to solve the differential equation with the initial condition that p of 0 equals 6. Oftentimes, you will see a slope field attached to this type of problem, and you will have to simply plot the point 0,6 in the slope field and then create a logistic growth function based off of the slopes that you're giving. So in this case, you start off with dp over dt equals 0.008 p times the quantity 100 minus p. So the first step of any differential equation problem is to separate the variables, which you end up with dp over p p times 100 minus p equals 0.0082p. Now, you can integrate both sides. We have the antiderivative of each side. Now, for the left side, you need to use partial fraction decomposition for a of p plus b over 100 minus p. So, when you solve this out, you get that a equals 0.01 and b also equals 0.01. Now, to make this equation easier, we multiply both sides by 100 to simply get to better numbers to deal with. So, the equation we have right now after partial fraction decomposition, multiplication of 100, and taking the antiderivative of the left side is the natural log of p minus the natural log of 100 minus p equals 0.8t plus c. So, you can figure out that the natural log of 100 minus p minus the natural log of p equals negative 0.8t minus c to make our lives easier in the upcoming steps. So the natural log of 100 minus p over p equals negative 0.8t minus c. Now that we have e to the negative c equals 15.67, we can switch that in as a multiplier in front of e to the negative 0.8t. It would be a negative 15.67 because it is a subtraction between the 0.8t and the negative c, but since it was 1 minus that quantity, we can simply make it 1 plus 15.67 e to the negative 0.8t. After multiplying both sides by p and then dividing by the quantity 1 plus 15.67 e to the negative 0.8t, you finally end up with your equation for your population, p equals 100 divided by 1 plus 15.67 e to the negative 0.8t.
Whoa, that was some weird dream, but I get logistics now. I think I'm going to pass this test. Alright, now I can go back to sleep.
Hello, welcome to the 723 News. I'm your host, Arthur Anymore Donuts. Hello, and welcome to the 514 News. I'm your anchor, Thor Buttock. Hello, welcome to the 326 News. I'm your anchor, Frank and Stein. Hello, welcome to the 837 News. I will be your anchor, Brock and a Hard Place. Hello, welcome to the 915 News. I'm your anchor, frankly, I don't give a damn.